Hey guys, it's Eric at Solution Prep, and today I want to give you a longer video where I'm going to talk to juniors about the year ahead. So right now it is January, and this is going to be your year for college admissions. 1 year from now, you're going to be actively receiving college acceptance letters, and that is really exciting. But to get from here to there are a bunch of steps. I kind of want to work you backwards from a year from now to now, where you are. And I'll start by explaining, generally speaking, college applications are due between January 1st and March 15th for the regular deadlines. And overarchingly, you're going to find that the more competitive colleges tend to be closer to that January 1st date. The less competitive colleges tend to be closer to that March 15th date, but there are plenty of outliers that don't exactly fit that mold. So even then, colleges have what's called early application deadlines for early action, for early decision, which is binding, so you can only apply to one college early decision. And those deadlines are generally going to be November 1st or November 15th. Some colleges offer both, you choose. Some offer only one or the other. Some colleges offer neither. And also some colleges have priority deadlines, which are for things like financial aid or scholarships. So definitely make sure to keep an eye on those things as well. But if you want to make those early deadlines, which in general can give you a good leg up in terms of getting accepted by the college, you want to keep in mind you're not the only person who's working on your college application. Guidance also has to do things like sending your transcript, your letters of recommendation, and you want to give them enough time to do that. So you're going to get your part of the application done about 2 to 4 weeks ahead of when it's actually done. So generally, we're looking at the first half of October. So working even further back, August 1st, that's the big date when most college applications open. And sure, some continue to trickle out over the weeks that follow, but that's the big date when you're going to get all the new assignments from the colleges on your list. Generally, the more competitive a college is, the more likely they are to ask you for a supplemental essay. That's an application essay that's just for them. And the more competitive they are, generally, the more of those essays they ask for. They might ask for 2 essays or 3 essays or 5 essays or even more. So you want to give yourself enough time to get that stuff done starting August 1st. So there are some things you can get done before August 1st so that come August 1st, you're ready to make the pivot toward that step in your process. One thing you should aim to get done before August 1st is finishing your college search, figuring out which colleges you're applying to. And in general, your college list should be somewhere between 5 and 10 colleges as a sweet spot, maybe as many as 15 if you have some of those hyper-competitive colleges on your list as well. And some of those colleges should be safety schools, some of those schools should be reach schools, and most of those schools should be fit schools, which is not to say you're guaranteed to get in, but you've got a good fighting chance if you put together a great winning application. So you want to get that project done by August 1st so you know which colleges to start working on August 1st. Also, prior to August 1st, you can work on things like your college application resume. You can work on things like your Common App essay. Those prompts do go online in March, so you have plenty of time to work on those things. Something else you can do in that window is if you have been impacted by COVID or other emergencies like that, there is a supplemental essay on the Common App and on the Coalition application that give you the option to talk about that. So you can also work on that in advance. And a good essay to start working on prior to August 1st is, why do you want to major in your major? That's a very common question you're going to get come August 1st. So having something in the bank will be a good head start on that. Now, between now and let's say the end of junior year, there are 4 things you need to work on. Number 1, top most important, is keeping your grades up, having great grades in your classes. That way you both have a good GPA and you're qualified for the academically rigorous classes for next school year. Second is your SAT and ACT. You want to get finished with the SAT and ACT by the end of junior year. That way it does not bleed into the summer, does not bleed into the fall when you need to be working on these other steps in the process that I was just talking about. A third thing you need to work on is what extracurricular activities you're passionate about. Colleges do not just want students who've done a little bit of everything. They want students who've done a lot of something. So whatever your something is, do a lot of it this year, because colleges want to see at least 2 years, maybe 3, of your experience with that thing. So get going on expanding your horizons. And 4, we discussed it already, which is your college search. That's what you got to be working on right now. It is January. There's going to be a February ACT, a March SAT, an April ACT. There's going to be a May SAT, June SAT, and ACT, and then done. That's it. You want to get these things done. So now is the time. Get moving. And if you need help, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at 732-556-8220. You've got a big year ahead of you, and we are here to help.